Okay. Good morning and welcome to all of the members of the media and to friends as well. Thank you for joining us at City Hall as we prepare to host the men's Final Four in Houston, March 31st through April the 3rd. Look, I'm joined this morning by Holly Kirstensen, President of the Houston Organizing Committee, Houston Police Chief Troy Pena, Fire Chief Sam Pena, Susan Christian, Director of Mayor's Office of Special Event, Sanjay Ram, Metro Chair, Dr. Laura Murillo, who is Omni Harris Houston Sports Authority and also CEO of the Hispanic Chamber. We will share some important details today for Houstonians to know as you all enjoy the festivities around town during the Final Four. This is going to be an exciting time for Houston, basketball fans, and everyone else who plan to attend the Music Fest and Fan Fest. I want to begin by saying it's game on, Houston. We have been planning for the men's Final Four and all this community events to tip off for well over a year and a half. I can still remember the excitement from when the NCAA announced Houston would hold the 2023 men's Final Four, and then last year when they unveiled the logo that really captures the heart and spirit of our city. To play host to one of the largest sporting events in the nation is a big deal. It is a win for our citizens. It's a win to be on the national stage. It's a win to welcome a projected 75,000 more out-of-towners to the city we call home. And even though we're not going to have a Texas team, we've got, that still hurts. That's all right, that's all right. Even though we're not going to have a Texas team, we do have, two coming from Miami coming in, one coming from up northeast coming down, one coming from the west coming in, so we'll have people coming from all over. It's good for the hotels in the city of Houston. Some from our restaurants to our convention center, hotels, and retail spaces, Houston is poised to provide a total fan experience. Houston's fourth Final Four, happening March 31st through April the 3rd, comes with many family-friendly activities concentrated in downtown Houston and at NRG Stadium. These include events like the Dribble presented by Buick, where approximately 4,000 youth will dribble a mile-long course with their guardians. The 3-day March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola at Discovery Green, which will feature huge performers like Houston's own Mega the Stallion performing with the mayor and the local organizing company. Did I say that? She made a special request for put it in the atmosphere. And then the local organizing committee's 4-miler, a 4-mile run throughout the downtown area with more than 1,000 participants. Each of these events brings with it a large, energetic crowd, and with these come important safety and transportation considerations that are top of mind for every organization you see represented here today. I do want to acknowledge your Roper Harris, representing Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee of the 18th Congressional District. Moreover, the men's Final Four community events are just a portion of what's happening in the area. The Houston Astros will be back to the playing field during the same dates, and the Rockets will be playing on this weekend, and New Edition will be performing at Toyota Center. So there's a whole lot of stuff taking place going down in City of Houston downtown area, just what Chief Fenner and Chief Pena have been praying for. Based on all the wonderful activity taking place this coming week, I urge Houstonians to plan their days ahead of time, check out street closures information, identify parking, and look at your transportation options. And plan to come to downtown Houston early and stay late. Make a day out of cycling through all of these incredible happenings. Look through ncaa.com/men's Final Four. It's an outstanding hub of information that all Houstonians can and should use. Finally, every organization represented here is ready to show the rest of the nation how Houston does it, with enthusiasm, with care, and with responsibility. Houstonians, it's my sincere hope that you'll join us in that endeavor. And as you're driving through downtown Houston and see a fellow driver trying to merge lanes because a road is closed for the dribble, give them the right of way. And if you miss out on a March Madness Music Festival concert because it reaches capacity, know that it's for your safety, and you can stream the shows on the men's Final Four app. And then you can catch Megan Thee Stallion and Sylvester Turner performing later on at night when you get home. And before you leave your car parked to go to Fan Fest at the George R. Brown, do a bag check to make sure you are bringing a clear bag. You want to remember the clear bag policy that will be in effect for all the Final Four fan events. Together, I just know we're going to have an amazing, memorable time. And let's show people Houston's hospitality. Let me also acknowledge Tom Lambert, CEO of Metro. So look, I'm excited. I know you're excited. And we're going to welcome all these teams, all of these fans coming just not throughout the United States, but quite frankly, there are people coming from all over the world. So together, I know we're going to have an amazing, memorable time, and I'm going to yield now for the other speakers. Let me give it up first to Holly Kesterson, who has been orchestrating all of these events. I know she's excited. I know she's been getting a good night's sleep every night. You know, Holly, showtime. Let me get all my stuff out.
Thank you, Mary, and you are absolutely correct. I'm getting lovely sleep, no extra gray hair, we're covered. Exactly. First off, I'd be remiss not to start off with a special thank you to you, Mayor Turner. You've been with us from the bid process, through the planning process, and everything through. We could not be here today without your support, your leadership. Really appreciate you. Also want to take today to thank all of our other partners. There have been a lot of people through the county, through the city, and so on, who've been a part of this, that make this possible. Without them, we would not be here today. Our goal is a safe and a fun event, first and foremost. We've been working with the police department, with the fire department, with Mayor's Office of Special Events, Metro, and so many others to put all the plans in place, practices, procedures, on, because that is our priority. But it takes everybody. It takes our city, our community coming out, being aware of their surroundings, planning their trip in advance to make sure that that takes place. So on behalf of the local organizing committee, on behalf of Harris County Houston Sports Authority, thank you for all that our community does. Get on ncaa.com/men's Final Four to find out more about this event and come out, participate, be a part of it. And then last but not least, a special thank you to the volunteers. There are more than 2,500 volunteers within our community that are going to make this weekend possible, that are going to be the hands that reach out and welcome our guests, more than 75,000 guests in our community. So thank you to all the work that they're putting in. Thank you to our community, and we hope to see you out this weekend for all the Final Four festivities. With that, I will turn it over to Chief Fenner.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you very much. Just want to say thanks and welcome to everybody here. And Mayor, thank you for your leadership. And poor Holly, dealing with everything, bringing it together and dealing with us as well. So look, thank you so much. But you said it, safety and fun, that's our goal. And we've been planning for over a year and a half. We have everything in place that we need to, but I just want to give some thanks to, it's not an HPD plan or HFD plan. This is a collaborative plan with all of our partners, state, federal, local, also emergency management, public works, who we leave out a lot of times, and also our fire department, Metro. Thank y'all. Just want to say up front, and we need to communicate this out, this is an NCAA event. There are no weapons allowed in either the stadium or GRB, okay? So put that out there right away to everybody. When you're traveling to and from, please be patient, be considerate. We can't do this by ourselves. We have so many officers out here, and people ask, well, how many do you have? We never go over the numbers, but hundreds, seen and unseen, You're going to see marked units, and you're not going to see some plainclothes officers. So we got it covered. Even the hotels, everything. We want people to come here and have a good time in our city. Spend some money. Come in. We got the greatest hotels and we got the greatest restaurants, but let's do it safely. If you see something, you need to say something. There are going to be police officers at any block, and you see it. If you need directions or questions on anything, please just ask, but you'll see a sea of uniforms, seen and unseen. So let's all be safe, and let's do our parts, and let's be respectful of everybody. And let's just have a safe event. So I'll step down. Traffic, I'm sorry, Susan is they're gonna put up a map here to go over that, but let's use rideshare and everything else that we can. Metro, get in safely. I just left a press conference with Matt and also AAA talking about impaired driving. That is 100% preventable. It's just simple as making a plan and being reasonable and considering other people. The last thing we want is somebody hurt seriously or killed because you didn't celebrate responsibly. We got 4 beautiful teams coming in, great universities, and we're going to have fun here in this city, and we're excited about it. The mayor touched on a number of other events. So we're going to have to all work together, but we're a big-time city, and we're used to hosting big events, and we're paused and we're ready to roll. So everybody just come out and have a great time, okay? Thank y'all. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Mayor. And special thanks. Let's turn to the Sports Authority. Janice, good to see you out there. Holly, thank you for your partnership. And a special thanks to Mose and, of course, my partner in public safety, Police Department, the Office of Emergency Management, and the men and women of the Houston Fire Department. On the heels of month-long rodeo, it's going to be a special weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend. It's a great way to showcase our city, but it is going to be a busy weekend. We have 2 venues, the NRG and Discovery Green, and they're both going to be very congested areas. Bring your patients. If you don't have to drive there, don't drive. Metro, the ride shares, those are great options to get in and out of these venues. But please, please bring your patients because it is going to be very congested. I want to thank the residents and the businesses adjacent to these 2 venues because we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people in these areas all weekend. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Who knows what the weather's going to be like? It can change in 10 minutes, but please make sure that you're doing your part to ensure a safe event for yourselves and your families. We're going to have plenty of resources from the fire department embedded with the resources that are provided by the promoters. We're going to have plenty of first aid units and locations out there. We're going to have firefighters, we're going to have inspectors, we're going to have emergency operations personnel, rescue personnel, all to ensure the safety of people attending these 2 shows. But again, we ask that the public please bring their patients, bring plenty of time, and have a plan to reunify with your family members if you get separated at any of these venues. Have those plans ahead of time. There's going to be plenty of law enforcement, plenty of security. As Chief Fenner mentioned, we have a responsibility for the safety of each other, and if you see something that's out of the ordinary, please report it to any one of the firefighters, police officers, security, anybody in uniform. We will ensure that information gets to the appropriate channels, and rest assured that we're going to be prepared with enough resources to ensure a safe venue for this weekend. Thank you. Sanjay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chief Pena. Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sanjay Rambhadran, the chair of the Metro Transit Authority Board. Everybody has said this. This is a team effort, and now that Houston is once again on the national stage, we at Metro are proud to do our part so that we shine once again, and we have a fantastic experience both for Houstonians and visitors to the city of Houston. Thanks to Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages, a proud partner of the 2023 NCAA Men's Final Four, we at Metro will be providing free Metro rail rides on the red, green, and purple lines March 31st through April 3rd. So if you're going to work, if you're going to school, if you're out there to have fun, if you're going to NCAA festivities, events, basketball, baseball, music events, the ride on the red, green, and purple lines are free, March 31 through April 3rd. For routes and schedules, Houstonians are invited, and our visitors are invited to download the Ride Metro app for use of either buses or the rail. You can also visit ridemetro.org to plan your trips ahead of time. Customers can also sign up for service alerts for real-time information and follow Metro on our social media channels for the latest operations news. Now, as you plan to ride Metro Rail, potentially leaving your hotel, your home, or your car at a good distance from where you'll be spending your days, it's important to keep in mind the safety policies and restrictions that have been put forth by NCAA. In addition to Metro Police working with Houston Police and Houston Fire Department, Metro has hundreds of volunteers that'll be acting as ambassadors, helping you with wayfinding and answering questions that you may have. Now you'll hear from Susan Christian with the Mayor's Office of Special Events, who will review several important things that you need to keep in mind. Susan?
Thank you. Thank you. What an exciting time for Houston, Texas. You know, on the right after the incredibly successful Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, tour to Houston, and then the BioCity Art Festival this weekend, so many other events. We are so proud to welcome all of our visitors to Houston. The Mayor's Office of Special Events, of course, works on a civic celebration program, family entertainment for all of Houston. We see about 2,000 event days annually, over 10 million people annually, and it is not a solo department by any means. We're small, but we're mighty, Mayor. But, you know, I want to compliment all of our sister departments, as Chief Fenner did, whether we're working in a neighborhood or on a big citywide event or a bid event like NCAA. It takes everyone to make a successful event. So thank you, all of our partners. I also want to introduce Todd Holloman. I think he's out there. He's our co-chair, my co-chair for the events for the NCAA, the events committee, and there are so many others. Band 10, oh my goodness, what a dynamo. All of the police department, Brian Mason, I want to thank you all for doing your best and sharing your expertise for all of the events, whether it's the ball game or the ancillary events. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, you know, with the mayor pointed it out, so we have a lot of activities downtown. Now, we're used to big events, but downtown. Oh, on the east side, if that's not challenging enough, on the east side of the rail, right? So we have our work cut out for us, and so everyone's been very specific on being courteous, being patient, plan your day. But one of the things that we want you to know are our road closures and also knowing where you're going. But let's go over our road closures first. Currently, if you've been around Discovery Green, you know, there's some closures, lane closures, and that will continue through the event, but it is a layered effect. So Avenidas, you know, don't even try it. McKinney and Walker on both sides of Discovery Green, you know, try to avoid that. But then going on Friday, March the 31st, we're going to bring in, if you'll look at the map, and we have all of this on our websites. In fact, we've all shared this information, these links on our website. So, you know, if you know any of these city departments, just go on there. You can go to specialevents.org as well. But on Friday, March the 31st, LaBranch will be closed and so will Crawford, 1 block from McKinney and Walker. So all of the closures around Discovery Green in full form will take place, plus LaBranch. Moving on to March Madness Musical Festival load-in, that should be finished pretty soon. Our road closures for Saturday, April the 1st, Final Four 4-miler Besides the Discovery Green, which I just went over, our 4-miler is going to start right here at City Hall, Herman Square. It'll be a pretty familiar route. We'll close part of Bagby, Walker Street, go over to Louisiana, come down Dallas, and go all the way out Allen Parkway, coming back in to City Hall. Also, the dribble, the 3,000 kids that were mentioned, the mayor mentioned earlier, it's going to come from City Hall to the GRB, just like it did, but this time it's going to be on Walker Street. And so, avoid that street early that Sunday morning as well. I also want to talk about, I think we have it up. I also want to talk about traffic, how you're going to get there. We, several years ago, in fact, about 12 years ago, we implemented a program during Houston's spring break Houston, which we just came out of, right? That's 350,000 cars in a 5-mile radius during spring break that's celebrated here in Houston and, well, everywhere. But within a 5-mile radius is 350,000 cars. So we looked at that plan, and Ben, I appreciate you so much. We looked at that plan, and we said, hey, the success of that plan is eliminating as much as possible the cross traffic. So the mayor mentioned all the Minute Maid Astros opening weekend. That's going to be real exciting. But if you're going there, go on these websites, click on that link, and look at not only the road closures, but look at how we wish for you to get there so that you're not crossing traffic. If you're going to Minute Maid to see the incredible Astros, we want you to come in from the north and then from the west, the northwest, to access parking lots around Minute Maid. The same thing in the middle of this huge footprint is the NCAA Final Four Music Fest and the GRB activities, the Fan Fest, and we want you to come in from the west, utilizing Allen Parkway, McKinney, and drive straight into those parking lots. If you're going to the Rockets games and the concert that the mayor mentioned, new addition, we want you to come in from the south and then stay on the south side of Toyota Center. If you're coming from the north, go ahead, take McKinney, take a right on Smith, take a left on Jefferson or one of those streets, and you'll get right into that parking. We also have rideshare. Chief Pena mentioned this. Utilize it. Please utilize it. Our friends over at Metro, they'll be running buses. They'll be running the lines. And I think if you will go online, you will have a very successful trip. Plan ahead. Be safe. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan. So a lot of things will be going on. Let me say thank you to Holly again and the local organizing committee. It is no small effort to put on an event of this magnitude. So Holly, thank you. I see Janice Burke here, director of the Harris Houston Sports Authority. And look, the good news is that we've done this before. So in 2017, we went through this before very successfully, and now this is coming back again. And if I might add, this is the second time since I've been mayor for the NCAA Men's Final Four. So very, very much excited about that. Oh, those are the clear bags for people. Yeah, I don't want you to come on.
Just a reminder that all NCAA events, not just at the stadium, but all NCAA events have a clear bag policy. It's not unusual for big events, but just want to make sure that that's on your radar. You will see these bags here, this exact bag given out in lots of locations, downtown especially, around the hotels, all over town you can find these. You don't have to use this specific one, you can use your own clear bag, but just a reminder, if you're coming out, please look at the rules, make sure you know what you're bringing, and use your clear bag so you can get into the facilities without any issues.
The chief gonna grab one too. Okay.
Thanks, and
We'll let you
and no guns in the bags, okay? No gun, even though it's clear. No, yeah. No, I mean, no guns in the bags. No guns, period, okay? No guns, period, at these events. And Chief Buning, I know OEM would be activated as of,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
okay, so the Office of Emergency Management will be activated starting on Friday. I again want to thank Houston Public Works. I want to give a great deal of credit. I know Chief Pena mentioned them, but Houston Public Works supports everything that we do. So I want to thank all of them. TransStar, along with the Mayor's Office of Special Events, HFD, HPD, all working to make the final event a success. We are collectively excited about the games, the fans, the music fest, and everything surrounding this incredible event. And then I'm going to call on Carla Gomez with the local organizing committee, who will now help us. Well, photos will be coming up shortly. But let me just say, so U of H won't. Although I'll be dribbling down the street representing U of H, But Florida Atlantic, come on down. Miami Hurricanes, come on down. San Diego, come on from the west to Midwest. Yukon, come on down. We promise to give everybody just an outstanding Houston, Texas event. And let me just say, for Houstonians and others, though we may not have a Texas team, we certainly have our Texas Houston hospitality.
Amen.
So, and that is what makes any event. So let's just be us. Let's be nice. Let's be friendly. Let's be hospitable. Let's just be us. And if we are us, then we already have won. So I'm excited that we are having this event, and it will showcase our city. And we've been saying a national event, but quite frankly, it is an international event because a lot of eyes will be on the Final Four. Now, having said that, let me now turn it. Are there any questions from anybody before we yield? Any questions? Oh, I'm sorry. Them. The capacity for the concert is 22,000 for Megan Thee Stallion and her accompanying, Yeah, come on.
How has the dialogue or the communication changed between the city, the fire department, the police department, and the promoters and the artists since the Astro World Festival? I'll address your first question regarding capacity and attendance at the Music Fest at Discovery Green Park. So the capacity at the park for the Music Fest is 22,000. One of the biggest changes from 2016 to this year's Music Fest is the fact that it is ticketed. So it is a free ticket, but it is a ticketed event. So anybody who wants to attend the Music Fest will have to go to ncaa.com/mensfinal4 to get a ticket to attend. We have worked really hard with our partners throughout the city, the county, our venue partners, and so on, to make sure that that message has been echoed over and over and over again. And we will continue to do that for the next week as we get into it of you must have a ticket, 100% must have a ticket to attend that festival. We are excited that Meg Thee Stallion sold out and so quickly. Talk about a hometown team and a hometown performer. I know it's because of Mayor, because he's performing. Sorry, not because of her, because of you. And so because we saw the ticketing piece pick up so quickly, we know our message is getting out, that people know they have to get on, they have to get a ticket. And because the priority is safety. There's no question. Everybody, NCAA, our community, everybody's goal is safe, fun event. And so ticketing is a piece of that to make sure that that crowd is knowledgeable, that they're prepared, they have the right information, and we will continue to prioritize that as we work through the week. Mayor, I'll turn it back over.
Well, let me just speak a little bit about the coordination, because the second question was about what's changed since the Astro World. And I can tell you that, as Holly mentioned, the coordination has been in place from the beginning. The difference now is that we are involved with the planning, with the logistics, with approval of the plan that the promoters have submitted, establishing a footprint and a occupancy for the events at Discovery Green. So that's the biggest difference, is the coordination between all agencies, both venues, from the beginning. That way, everybody understands what the role is. The unified command has been established. The communication plan has been outlined. Areas of responsibility have been assigned. So that is the biggest difference, is in the coordination that happened from the beginning and throughout this whole process.
Just want to add one thing, and Chief said it, but the safety plan and the medical plan, it has to be approved by myself and Chief Pena. So that goes along with the coordination. But even a little bit deeper than that, just a couple of weeks ago, all of the heads of our stakeholders were out on ground talking about, safety. So I just want to say this too. Thousands of events in our city, thousands been successful. And you understand when there's tragedy and nobody's hiding behind that. There are going to be changes, and we've made changes to make a safer event, but we'll speak to even in more detail later on when it's appropriate. Thank you.
Anyone else? Did that do it?
It's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I'm sorry, you go ahead and do it.
Gracias. Buenos días a todos. Hoy estamos celebrando un gran evento. Vamos a recibir a los finalistas del torneo de básquetbol colegial masculino. Van a venir los 4 equipos de diferentes partes del país. Va a traer a mucha gente, muchos visitantes a esta ciudad. Pueden ser de otros países y de otros estados. Entonces queremos que la comunidad esté consciente de la situación. Vamos a tener un evento sano, seguro y divertido. Va a haber muchos eventos este fin de semana y debido a esos eventos va a haber unas calles que a lo mejor van a estar cerradas. Les pedimos su paciencia, les pedimos que manejen con cuidado. También va a haber 2 eventos, 2 localidades principales que van a ser el centro de convenciones y va a ser el estadio de fútbol NRG. Aquí tenemos unas bolsas transparentes. Queremos que la comunidad sepa que esas son las únicas bolsas que van a ser permitidas. Así que pueden obtener unas bolsas gratis que van a ser distribuidas en diferentes localidades de nuestra ciudad. Gracias. O pueden ustedes traer su propia bolsa transparente para que estén cumpliendo con los requisitos de las localidades y de la seguridad. Thank you. La segunda cosa que queremos que sepan es de que no va a ser permitida ninguna arma de fuego en estos eventos. Sabemos que en el estado hay permiso, es permitido portar armas, pero en estos eventos, en todos los eventos, no nada más en las localidades donde van a ser los juegos, en todos los eventos relacionados con este torneo o con esta celebración, no va a haber, no se van a permitir las armas de fuego. Entonces, le queremos dar las gracias a todos los compañeros que están trabajando en este evento, no nada más los diferentes departamentos de la ciudad de Houston, sino también las diferentes organizaciones policíacas de nuestra área han cooperado, nos han ayudado bastante durante mucho tiempo y ahora culmina con un evento que esperamos sea de beneficio y de felicidad para todos los participantes. Gracias.
And there was just one thing that he didn't mention in his comments. I was listening very carefully to what Commander Garcia said. We said in 2023, we wanted everything to be bigger, bolder, grander. So I don't want it to go unmissed. This weekend, NCAA men's Final Four playing right here in the city of Houston. But at the same time, the Astros are playing, the Rockets are playing, New Edition is in concert, and all of the other events. So when you look back at 2017 to look at what's happening this year, it is bigger, bolder, grander. So you may not have a ticket to the NCAA Final Four, but there are so many other things that are taking place in a very compacted area. So between downtown and NRG, it's on in the city of Houston. I mean, it is happening. So I hope everyone is excited. I know I'm excited about it. And so just come out and have a good time. Have a good time, okay? But be very, very safe as we move forward. Now, Are we taking photos?